Ingrained in my brain. I am the co-chair of Burlington Central High School in Burlington, Ontario, and we too have been for the last year under this PAR process. Throughout this, I've seen and heard and spoken with Judy, with Susan. I've heard about everything happening in the north and been experiencing what's happening in the more urban centers as well. My story comes from an experience I had as the chair of the school council. I was invited to the regional PIC conference here in Toronto recently. And for those of you who don't know what PIC is, it's Parent Involvement Committee. So I was here, thank you, I was here in Toronto, and Mitzi Hunter came and spoke. And there were some wonderful speakers. And the theme of the day was about Ontario's well-being strategy for education. And as I sat listening to Madam Hunter and some of the ministry people speaking about Ontario's well-being strategy, it occurred to me that it was so contradictory to what's going on in our PAR process, and it needs to become part of the PAR process. So I'm just going to read to you so I don't get their strategy for education wrong. I'm going to read a little bit of it here. Ontario's well-being strategy for education is promoting well-being is one of the 4 interconnected goals of achieving excellence, Ontario's renewed vision for education. This goal is based on the principle that our education system needs to help students build the knowledge and skills associated with well-being so that they can become healthy, active, and engaged citizens. Ontario is committed to building on and deepening the solid foundation that has been created in early years centers, classrooms, schools, and communities across the province. And this requires the ongoing commitment and collaboration of all our partners in education. Promoting well-being is not only part of our renewed vision for education, it is also something that collectively we've been working on for many years. Across Ontario, current well-being initiatives are already underway in schools. What makes up well-being? So here is what they say. Well-being can be seen as having 4 interconnected elements that are critical to student development with self-spirit at the center. And those four critical elements are cognitive, emotional, social, and physical. So as I was sitting here listening to this, I thought to myself, how are students mentally and physically healthy when you're looking at the rural areas and they're spending 3 to 4 hours on a bus every day? How is that healthy? How is that well-being? And so I pulled aside the woman from the ministry, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name, who was there, who's heading up this well-being initiative. And I said, I would like to make a request. I said to her, I would like to ask that you try and get this well-being piece put into the PAR process, because currently, right now, you're not paying attention to what's in the best interest of students. And as someone from an urban community and watching this unfold, this also plays into that, because in urban communities where you have walkable schools, well, the ministry, the boards, they promote walking and biking to school. They promote what that does to help students achieve at their best. And if you can put a focus on keeping schools in every community, wherever that is possible, you are doing what's best for student well-being. You are reducing busing, you are promoting walking, you are promoting biking, and that is not contradictory to everything else you are saying. So anyway, that was my message to them direct. That is my message to you today. Student well-being needs to be a primary focus in the PAR process.